Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview December 9th, 2015. Hump day, it's a Wednesday when we come to the middle of our trading week. Traders, great to be with you. Remember, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit our site at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Great site to visit, and I think you have a lot of fun going through the site and a lot of opportunities to start trading the Forex markets. Today's got a lot to talk about today. Got 6 currency charts to look at, talk about a little bit about news and some data that's coming out. And other than that, everything is looking pretty good, my friends. So, let me introduce myself before we get started. My name is William Gilday, and I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I will tell you that I do start this recording during the Asia session. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006, and in 2008, I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday to celebrate, and guess what? I'm in my 8th year, and I'm still in Thailand. I love being in Asia. I love the time zone, and it's great to trade Forex or any instrument because it's just like a regular day's work. All right, traders, how do I trade? Well, I always look at fundamentals. I want to know what's going on around the world. Remember, we're macro traders, but not just trading one pair like the euro dollar, right? We need to know what's going on everywhere and what's happening, what's going on. You know, I have a news feed that I pay for. I pay a good amount of money for every month, but I need to know what that data is. I need to know what's coming out. I do not trade news. I'll tell you right now, I don't trade the numbers. I probably trade about 40 minutes after the numbers if everything lines up. In other words, it's in the direction of the trend and price action is moving and things are happening and everything sets up. I'll be more than happy to enter the trade. However, I'm a technician. I love looking at charts. I love looking at candlestick patterns, support, resistance, price action, price structure. I do use a couple of tools. I really love Fibonacci. I use it a lot. I use pivots. I also, depending on what instrument I'm trading, I do use the Ichimoku cloud, and I also use harmonics. I really like harmonics. Why would I like harmonics so much? Well, because I really love Fibonacci, and harmonics is all about fib numbers, so I use that a lot. Well, that's enough about me. Let's get the legal stuff. Let's get on with the presentation. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential of rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks, be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most importantly, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's head on over to news and commentary. Let's take a look at the indices and see what we got going on here. It looks to me like, oh my gosh, what happened here now? There we go. Okay, so the Dow 30 closed negative 0.91%. The S&P 500 closed negative 0.65%. The NASDAQ closed negative 0.07%, just barely. And the small caps 2000 closed negative 0.87%. All red on the U.S. markets close. You know, I just have a really good feeling that this is all due to FOMC, and we'll get to that in just a second. Okay, the DAX closed negative 1.95%. The FTSE out of London closed negative 1.42%. The CAC 40 out of Paris closed negative 1.57%. And the Eurostoxx 50 out of Frankfurt closed negative 1.73%. Traders, let's head on over to Asia. All right, the Nikkei 225, which is currently trading, is negative 0.50%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is negative 0.08%. China is negative 1.32%. The Hang Seng is negative 1.34%. And the Kospi is in the green at positive 0.23%. So it is currently it is, you know, I'm showing red. I wonder if China and Hong Kong's on a holiday today. Maybe I'm early. But currently it is, yes, I'm 2 minutes early. Okay, currently it is 28 hours on Wall Street, and it is 8:29 a.m. Bangkok, Thailand time, for those of you who are interested. So let's take a look at what we have in data today. Data today, we had some releases earlier. Nothing, the CAD, well, I don't have that, sorry. The Aussie had Westpac Consumer Sentiment, which was negative 0.8, but they have they didn't forecast it, so I don't know if that was good or bad. And the yen medium impact was core monetary orders came in at 10.7. They were expecting negative 1.5, so that was really a good number for the yens. Okay, the Aussie had some good news come out. Home loans medium impact came out at negative 0.5. They were expecting negative 1.0. Going on later into our day, we have no more data. The only thing we have, as usual, on a Wednesday is crude oil inventories, and that is at 10:30 a.m. on Wall Street, and it is 22:30 hours in Bangkok, Thailand time. All right, so that is what's going on the economic calendar. Not a lot, however. For those of you who are in the States, it's 3 in the morning for me, so it'll be 1,500 hours on Wall Street. You're going to get New Zealand official cash rate and RBNZ rate statement. So I won't be in front of my charts. Like I said, that's 3 a.m. in the morning for me, so I will not be in front of my charts. Commentary, very important today. Traders, I've looked at these charts and I've read what's going on, and I spend about almost an hour and a half before I do this. I get up about 6 a.m. in the morning. I start my day, and I start researching what's going on in the markets. And what I'm finding is that there's very little price action now for 2 days. And this is telling me, and it's not because there's no data. There was data yesterday, so it's not that there's no data for a catalyst to move these currency pairs. What is the issue? I'll tell you what the issue is. The issue is in less than a week, we have the FOMC, the Fed, announcing whether they're going to raise interest rates or they're not going to raise interest rates. And of course, everybody's expecting them to raise interest rates 0.25 basis points. However, traders are saying, hey, listen, I'm not getting in front of that freight train. I'm not getting in front of that, that mess, because we don't know how the market is going to react. Just like Draghi's last week had his ECB rate decision and press conference, no change. Press conference comes out, all bad data. The euro takes off and goes 100 pips to the upside, right? Euro strength. So you never know how the market's going to respond to this data. So I think a lot of these traders are basically just staying on the side, and I think it's going to happen until this rate statement's done. And then you got about 4 days left, and you're into the holiday season, and we're back to low volume again. So this might be the end of the big moves until the new year, my friends. Unfortunately, because I love trading and I love being in front of my charts. I love doing what I do. I'm very lucky in my life that both careers I've done, I absolutely love and adore. I loved being a firefighter, paramedic, and I really love trading Forex, and I trade another instrument in the New York session. However, I've closed out all my positions except for one. I'll tell you what I trade. I trade options in New York, and you normally have 5 option trades going on at a time, and I'm down to 1, and I will close that out 99% today for a loss. Because, well, I'll tell you later. But anyhow, there's a reason for it. All right, let's get over to the charts. This is euro dollar. Look at this. No price action, right? This is a 30-minute chart. This is probably 3 days worth of trading, and we have absolutely nothing going on. Absolutely nothing. So what do we want here? It needs to close below the pivot point. It needs to give us a bearish engulfing candle, and we'll take it down to the S3 pivot. So we want to enter at 1.0844. We'll exit at 1.0765. Don't like the trade. Look at that. You got that 200 exponential moving average. Even though that price is reacting to that price level, we're going to get a bounce there, but if price is strong enough, it can get through it. I don't think it's going to be an issue getting through the 200, but I just don't like it. Look how closed up the pivot points are. That's your first indication that there's very little price action, right? When you have pivot points that are all closed up like that, and your pivots are so tight and close, that's a really good indication of no price action, okay? Not a good scenario to be trading. Trade a demo account, right? This week you should be trading a demo account until we get some price action. And that's probably not going to be until after FOMC. All right, let's take a look at Pound. Pound did have a little bit of price action yesterday. Actually, our trade worked out very well yesterday and hit our take profit area in the whole 9 yards. So it was a pretty nice trade yesterday. So I'm looking for a duplicate trade. We have closed below the daily pivot point, so that pivot point is now resistance. So I'd like to get in this at 1.4995, and we'll get out at 1.4947. So we're looking at a nice 45 pip trade here, depending on exactly when you get in. It's a very easy trade plan, right? We're bearish, right? Pound weakness, dollar strength, and let's go down. Now, for those, and I talk about it all the time, you need to make sure you have a dollar chart somewhere. And if you're trading off a laptop on one screen, folks, screens are cheap. You can go out and get a screen for like $30. You need to put a second screen up. You can't trade with one screen. I'm sorry, and I know it's a financial burden, especially for new traders, opening up accounts and all that stuff, but you really need 2 screens. You have to have the availability of being able to pop up that daily chart before you enter a trade to see what's going on. And if your platform doesn't support the dollar index or a dollar chart, you can go online and get that for free. There's plenty of websites you can go to and get a free dollar index chart, live data, okay? It's so important, so important in your trading. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie. The Aussie also actually had some price action, and again, this trade worked yesterday. However, it never gave us the pullback. So the only way you got into this trade was you went down to a lower time frame, like a 15-minute time frame, and wiggled your way into this trade. But really never gave us a decent pullback to get into this trade. But it did take our take profit zone, and the trade worked. Like I said, it just never gave us a pullback. So if you put in a limit order, right, pending order to get it, you never got entered into the trade because it never pulled back. So I put a horizontal line here, and this is indicating resistance. We'd like to see this come up to that resistance line at 0.7243, bearish candlestick formation, and let's take it down to 0.7190. Nice trade here. This is a nice 50+ pip trade if it works. I wouldn't take this short where it's at now. I'll tell you that. I would not take this short here. You are too close to support, and there's no more Aussie data coming out today. And the data in the London session is nil to none. It's all low impact data. So be alert to that, okay, my friends? So if we don't get a pullback, don't enter the trade unless you're on a demo account. I can't push that enough to be on a demo account today, really. I don't think we're going to see a lot of stuff going on. All right, here's a Euro Aussie, which I love the Euro Aussie. This has just been sideways. It did bump up. We talked about that on Monday and Tuesday, and now it's just sideways. It bumped up a little yesterday, then went sideways. And now we're just above this daily pivot. So it needs to break to below the daily pivot and retest it, and then we'll take it at 1.4995. We'll get out at the 200 exponential moving average at 1.4831. Do I think this trade's going to work today? No. There's no catalyst here. What's the other problem here? What happens when you see a currency pair that's basically, and the next pair that we look at is a better example. But what we have here is we have strong against strong, right? The yen is strong, and all of a sudden the Aussie is strong, right? So you're getting a fighting. It's like a magnet, right? And they're both fighting each other, and nobody's winning, and that's why you get sideways price action. So to show you that, let's move over to the euro yen. Here is a perfect example. The euro is strong, and the yen is strong, more than the Aussie, right? Because the Aussie has its weak moments, so you can trade that. But look at this. Do you really want to take a trade with this? I mean, I have a trade plan for you. Get below the daily pivot point, get a retest. We'll get in at 133.63, and we'll get out at 132.91, right? A nice 50 pip trade, 45 pip trade. Do I think it's going to work? No, I don't think it's going to work. There's nothing to move this lower. There's nothing's going to happen. Unless the yen decides to do a stimulus package today and do something crazy because, Kuroda's been speaking. I don't think we're going to see anything here. And this is just in a sideways action because we're dealing with strong against strong, my friends. You never want to trade strong against strong. So this wouldn't even be on my radar list. Even if I was trading a live account, I would not be trading this pair. And traders, I am not trading a live account. It's a demo account today, and probably for the rest of the week. Okay, what is the whole goal of trading in the first place? And don't tell me to make money. We know that, right? But what is the main purpose? Capital preservation, right? Live to trade the next day. Why would you want to get in a market that is just not doing anything and has the ability to knock you out in a second, right? And take your money. This is just not good trading here, all right? It's just not good. And, I've been doing this a couple of hours, and and I don't want you to go through what I went through when I started trading my first 3 or 4 years. Okay, so I'm giving you some really good advice. Trade a demo account. It's a lot less stressful. All right, this is the New Zealand dollar. Now, this pair is all over the place, and it's been this way. It's bouncing at the support. It's had some price action up. It's come down. It's gone up. It's come down. But, folks, we're only talking about like a 28 pip range here. So, don't get all excited that, oh my gosh, I'm missing something. You're not missing nothing. This is 25, 30 pip range here. This is nothing, my friends. Nothing. Okay? How would I trade this? Well, it's got to break this trend line. It's got to give me a bearish candlestick formation, a retest, and then take it to the downside. Do I want to trade this? No. No. This is not even on my radar list. Why would you want to trade this? Look left of the chart. That is a lot of Forex junk, right? Really, you want it to come up to that 200 and then take it down. Now, what's the problem with that? The problem with that is you got to fight all this Forex junk and get through it, right? All that price action. There's no wide open space on this chart. And this is, sort of like a mess. This would not be on my radar screen if I was trading a live account, that's for sure. This really needs to clear itself out. Really, I'd like to see this come all the way back up to 66.85 to the daily R2. That's where I'd like to see it come, and we'll take it down from there because the 200 wouldn't be a big issue. Left of the chart, there's very little price action, and that would be a much better trade. But for intraday trading for today, this is the only trade plan I can come out with because this is not going up to R2 today. It's not going to happen. Unless some huge announcement comes out, this is not going to happen, right? All right. Traders, that wraps up our 6 currency pairs, and I know it's not what you want to hear. You don't want to hear trade a demo account, and you don't want to hear don't trade. And I agree with you. I don't want to hear it either. All right, traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL, Excellence in Trading. Again, please come visit us at fxclearing.com. Traders, I would like to leave you with a note. There's a possibility that the next 2 days there will not be a video. I need to go into the hospital and have some major eye surgery on both my eyes. My lenses in my eyes need to be replaced. So there's a possibility that Thursday and Friday there will not be any videos. If they admit me later in the day and I can get this out very early, I will do it for you. But I'm expecting a phone call today, which is 10 a.m. Thailand time, Bangkok time, and that's 2,200 hours on Wall Street when I'm to report to the hospital. So there's a possibility for the next 2 days there won't be a video. I will keep you updated as the week goes on, and if you don't see it, you know where I'm at, and hopefully, God willing, I will be back on Monday ready to go. Traders, thank you very much. Appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you next time. Take care. Always remember to what? Trade smart and not hard. Take care, traders. Catch you later. Take care now. Bye-bye.